Hello everyone, it's a bright and a beautiful day in the city of Boya, and this is Speak to the Counsellor, and today we are going to be handling a very interesting topic. Ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year to you, because this is the official first program of the year 2026. But we are not going to introduce our guest or our topic for now. We are going to go on a short break, and when we get back, we dive into the topic.
Speak to the Counsellor with your girl Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution.
Oh, my people, you're welcome. If you're just tuning in, this is Royal TV, and this is Speak to the Counsellor, just on your screen, Royal TV. And today we are going to be handling something really interesting. We have our guest here on set. I told you this is the first official program of the year 2026, and trust me, I'm excited. Today we are going to be handling vision casting, setting goals that stick for a productive year. I'll take it again: vision casting, setting goals that stick for a productive year. And our guest today is a strategic leader, leadership consultant, speaker, and impact architect with a proven track record of equipping leaders who shape culture and drive real transformation in their society. He's also the founder and director of World Shapers. He is committed to raising purpose-driven leaders who influence societies with integrity and conviction. He is a master's degree holder in public health from UK. And he is also an international leadership. He also attended the master in the International Leadership University. He blends practical experience with deep insight to deliver message that moves people to action. He's also the author of several influential books, including Youth with Purpose, How to Kill the Spirit of Procrastination, wow, Going Against the Crowd, I Wish I Had Listened, and Developing the Mindset of Entrepreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me introduce to you Mr. Purpose. Mr. Dixon, also known as Mr. Purpose. We are happy having you on set, sir.
Thank you, Truth.
Yeah, it's Truth.
Yeah, thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity, for being the first guest in this 2026.
Of the year 2026.
I'm so excited.
I'll tell you, before this program runs to an end, we want to share love and want to appreciate you, but let's not get our audience excited or gingered. Let's just go straight into the topic. Today we're talking about vision casting, setting goals that stick for a productive year. I believe you know what people used to do at the beginning of the year called New Year resolution.
Yes, I'm very much aware of. Since I'm into leadership, I work with people, I work with young people. I myself, I'm also a young person, so I'm very much familiar with New Year resolutions. I know how much youths are so enthusiastic when it comes to stepping into a new year, at times with a lot of energy, but when January is over, everybody goes back to their normal life. They wait for December 31st to shout again, shout, then January. So most of the times it's just a circle of continuous excitement, going back to the same routine, excitement, going back to the same routine.
Alright, my people, remember he's already gingered and he really wants to say a lot about this particular topic. Let's go on a short break, and when we get back, we dive into the topic.
Hey, Royal TV viewers, your voice matters, and now we want to hear it louder than ever. We've created a special WhatsApp feedback group just for you. Got opinions about our shows? Suggestions to make Royal TV better? Compliments, complaints, or hot takes? This is your direct line to us. Joining is easy. Simply scan the QR code on your screen right now, and you're instantly connected to the Royal TV community. Be part of the conversation. Influence our programs. help shape the future of your favorite TV station. Don't just watch, interact, engage, be heard. Scan the code and join the Royal TV WhatsApp group now. When we dream alone, it is only a dream. But when many dream together, it is the beginning of a new reality.
You're welcome back, my people. This is Speak to the Counsellor, and it's still with your girl Lima Truth Bojoko. I know some of you who are watching me for the first time, they're like, what's this girl's name? I'm called Lima Truth Bojoko, and I'm your host for the program Speak to the Counsellor. And this is Royal TV, and we still have a guest on set, and we are still talking on vision casting, setting goals that stick for a productive year. You are talking about goals, that people make goals, and before February they don't work on it. Before we get into the goals and the vision, can you first of all define the vision casting?
Okay, I like simplifying things. I want to make things as practical as possible to make it actionable, that people can engage it. So I think vision casting is all about you being able to, first of all, knowing your purpose.
Yeah. Then
you put that purpose in front of you in such a way that you can chase it, and other people you can mobilize others to chase at that particular vision. Because vision, when it comes to vision or casting your vision, is not just about you. Other people must be able to see that vision that is in front of you, and they must be able to also run with it. And that is where at times leadership and everything has to come in, because vision casting also has to do with communicating your vision, being able to write that vision down, and being able to mobilize others to run after that vision.
You know, there are a lot of people that have written visions now. Yeah. Like, this is January, and I think this topic is timely. Not I think even, I know this topic is timely because a lot of people have penned down visions, but January does not even come to an end. You don't even materialize half. So what are some of the ways, before we get to some of the ways one can be able to materialize, why is it that people set goals and don't follow that goal?
Okay, there are a lot of things we can talk about why people set goals and they don't follow the goals. I will look at it summarily from two angles. The first one is the person writing the goal.
The person writing the goal, you have said it.
The second one is the goal itself. So, you know, there is, I like always quoting the Bible, there is a principle in the Bible where the Bible says that you cannot put new wine in an old wineskin. There is just a lot to learn from that simple statement. What does it mean? It means that at times the new things you are putting may not be the problem. The problem may be the wineskin. So, for example,
the
container. For example, if I take a container of petrol, I pour out the petrol, and the container is still smelling petrol, and I take clean Supermon water and I put it inside the petrol, it will be dirty. So most of the time people are writing new goals with old mindsets, old attitude, old belief system, and old everything, and they think that just because they are writing new goals, everything is going to change. So your life does not change because, for example, you have entered a new year. Your life changes because you have new knowledge, you have new skills, you have new attitude, you have new behaviors. If your behavior does not change, even if you write all the goals you want, it will never come to pass, because it is the same person writing new things. So the person must change before the goals. If the person does not change, the goals will have nothing. Once the wineskin is old, wrong, no matter what you add inside, it will always be wrong. So I think the personality, the person writing the goal is very important. The knowledge with which you are writing those goals, the understanding, the attitude. Let me say, for example, somebody who is lazy every day, you have been sleeping all through, procrastinating all through 2025, and you get into a new year and you just think that you write new goals. No, it's the same person writing the new goals.
Wow.
So nothing will really change. So I believe that if you want to change, you must first change yourself. So then now, if you want to talk a bit on the goals, also most of the times I've worked with young people, I have reviewed many of their goals, and I can tell you that truth, most of the times their goals are wishes.
Yeah, what we wish for.
We wish. So there is a
goal is different
from a wish.
Oh.
I wish to succeed in 2026. Okay, let me say for example, I want to make money in 2026. It's not a goal. It's a wish. Goals are strategic.
Wow, I'm learning here.
Goals are strategic. For example, if you tell me, if you're a student, for example, and you tell me you want to have 3.4 GPA, the first thing I'll ask you is how. So if you don't if you just have something you want to do and you don't have the strategy, you're wrong. The strategy tells you the step-by-step implementation for you to get to that goal. So most of the times people write wishes. They just write, I want to read books this year. The question is how?
360 books.
How?
One book.
Yes, how? So the how part of it is very important.
That's true.
And I always, maybe I'm sure we are going to get to how to write it. So I always advise people that you must document the step-by-step strategy. If you tell me I want to make 1 million this year, I'm going to ask you how. It means you need, if you're a business person, for example, you break it down into monthly, into weekly, and into daily. It means how many customers do you need to be getting every day? How many customers do you need to be getting every week? So that at the end of the day, in a year, you are going to make 1 million. That is a strategy. You see, I'm translating now those goals, those wishes.
You're breaking it down.
I'm breaking it down, and step by step. At times it takes you 3-4 hours, and that is why many people don't have the discipline to do all of those. They prefer to just go ahead and be doing their normal making wishes. But in truth, just like somebody has said, that if he has 7 hours to cut down a tree, you take 6 hours to sharpen a knife. I see that when you plan well, you take less time to implement. But when you don't plan, when you don't set goals, you always take more time to trying to figure out what to do.
Is it possible for somebody to, like, we get into the year January and I don't have this particular thing for my plan of action for this year? We get into the month January, sorry, and I don't have something exactly I want to do for the year. Then I see another person doing it and I just want to copy and just do it. What can you say about those category of people?
I think there are people who are always moved by what other people are doing. Like they don't have, that is why when it comes to fulfilling goals or engaging goals, because even when you write strategic goals, you still have to commit yourself to those goals. But the goal has to be clear. So there are people that are always like, they don't believe in what they are doing. That is where the place of conviction, being disciplined, being able to know that irrespective of what any other person is doing, you must be convicted about that thing that you are doing and know that it is not really, your success is not tied to another person. That is why even in goal setting, I always say that you don't just start by writing things. You start by understanding your purpose, understanding the season you are. Because at times too, people are writing goals when, let me say for example, somebody who is 17 years old and the person is writing goals about marriage. It doesn't make sense. So you must know the season you are. You must know your purpose. You must know your season.
Know the season.
Know the season. Don't be trying to catch up things that you have not grown to that level. So at times the people that are trying to imitate, there are different seasons of their lives, they are living their own lives.
And maybe they are even in the season.
Yes. But it's just actually their life. So you must know your purpose, know the season of your life, and set goals that correspond to your own season.
Why do you think people should set goals? Because you made mention of the fact that to have a wish or to wish for something is different from setting strategic goals that can be successful if we put in the work. So why do you think I should plan for my year? I should have things I want to do for the year.
Okay, there are many reasons why people should set goals. You know, some months ago, I took our time to read through a document which was a research that was done at Harvard with over, and the research was done and more than 80-something% of the students don't set goals, and the few which was not up to 13%, who set goals, their result double. Yes. And so I'm saying to say that if there is no successful person on earth who does not set goals.
That's true.
There is no successful person who does not set goals, because when you set goals, it minimizes your time to implement. It reduces wastage. Those who waste time and they are not thinking about it is because they have never taken time to plan their lives. And when you don't plan your life, others will plan it for you.
That's true.
They will plan and put you in their plans. That is why some people, as they are moving around the street,
they don't even have what
they don't have what to do.
Somebody will just
call and say, "Are you free?" At times they don't even tell them that, "Are you free?" I beg, come now, so, because they know that they are always free. You are always available.
That's right.
But any intentional person, you always program them ahead of time. Please, can you be free on this day? It means that your orientation about that person changes. That person does not waste time. It means that when you are inviting them, you invite them from they don't waste time. And also, when you set goals, it helps you understand where you are going to in life. When you know where you are going to, you automatically know where you are not supposed to go.
You know, even with this aspect of I just call you at any time, you know, there are some people, even if you set that goal, you put the boundary and make them to know that you are busy, they will still call you.
Yes.
So how can you manage those kind of people like that?
No, when they call you, at least you are doing something.
Okay.
Yes. If you call me when I'm not free, I automatically know that I have something to do. So there is a difference between calling me when I don't have anything to do. I'm free. I will easily engage in other things because I'm free. But if you call me when I'm busy, it will be difficult for me to just get up, dump everything I'm doing to come and attend to you. So some people, it's difficult for them to engage in their activities because they don't plan. And when you don't plan, you waste. And the number one thing that you waste is time. And when people don't know how valuable time is, when you waste your time, it is suicide you are committing. Because and when you waste other people's time is murder. Because life is time.
Yeah, that's true.
Life is time. That is why we call it lifetime. It means that when your time is out, you are out. And you must, if you want to live your life and live an impactful life, you must value time. And the best way to value time is to plan.
That's right.
Because if you don't plan, time will always be leaking out. You will always be doing things that you're not supposed to do. So the best way to maximize time is to plan.
The best way to maximize time is to plan. So will you say that this year, for one to be able to have a productive year, there must be boundaries and there must be balance? Because I'll say that there are a lot of people that don't know how to balance work, lifestyle, family, even with God, even their prayer time. There are a lot of people who don't know how to balance those things. Can you throw more light on it? Because for somebody to have a productive year and a productive goal, you must be able to set boundaries to some certain things, and you must be able to balance some things.
Yeah. So the place of, so this is what I always advise people to do. In as much as you set goals, you must build systems around those goals.
Those goals, that's
right.
You
must build systems because goals are sustained by systems. Yes, goals are sustained by system because system is what make goals consistent. System is what keeps you committed to those goals and discipline and the rest. So in as much as you set goals, you do all of those things, you must be consistent. This is what many people do. They'll just say, I must improve on my prayer life this year. I must change my life this year. No, nothing. No strategy, no system. Okay, a system can be, for example, setting an alarm at a particular time. That is a system you are building. The goal is that you want to improve on your prayer life, you want to be disciplined, but you set an alarm. Now, a system can be an accountability system. Like you have people that you told them that at this particular time, when you give them your goals and say, this week, this is what I'm working on, this year, this is what I'm working on, hold me accountable. And when I say accountability
partner.
Yes, I'm not talking about your friends that they can ask you for your result, you just say, I beg, come on me for the. No, I'm not talking about those kind of people. People that you have some certain level of reverence, that they can hold you accountable. They say, what are you doing? So, like the academy that I run, I actually divided them into groups and I've paid them. Every week they are giving me reports of everything that they are doing. You don't give your report. The person you are working with gives me your report that this is what we've achieved this week. So it helps them to be consistent. And I've told them from the beginning, if you are not serious for 2 weeks, I'll just remove you. I put disciplinary systems around that people will, because most of them, they have a certain level of reverence and respect. They will not just get up and do any kind of thing.
That's right.
So it helps them to be consistent, and I follow up. If you say you are going to pray this time, you are going to read this book this week, at the end of the week, I'll be asking you, did you read it? Why did you not read it? I want the result. This is what. So it has helped many of my people to be very committed. Some of them have achieved things in 1 year that they could not achieve in 3-4 years. So building systems around goals is so much important.
So how do you set boundaries? Because boundaries are really, especially with friends, where you know very well that those friends will never help you to achieve these goals. Yes. Sometimes I've witnessed a case where you really read out your goals to your friend and they start laughing. They say things like, "Master, you know, go ever fit do the thing."
Yes.
Even with me, sometimes I used to, I think last year, I wrote a particular goal and I gave to my other sister. She laughed at me until she said, 20 years you never achieve this. Like, they really know that, no, this is it. So how do you set those boundaries, put those things in place?
Okay.
Especially with those kind of relationships.
That is very important. You have said something very powerful. That is why we linked goal setting to vision. Anything that you can achieve all by yourself. In fact, there is nobody who has ever done something great that nobody laughed at their goals. Everybody. Even these phones that we're using today, somebody stood up and said, I want to develop something that I can stand for me. Everybody laughed. So most of the times, your goals, that is why you are the first believer of your goals.
Yeah,
you are the first believer.
Right.
You don't look for people to validate what you are saying. No. You look for them to cooperate. You are the first believer. You must have conviction for what you are saying, for what you are doing. If you are looking for people to validate your goals, it will never happen and you will never do it. So you don't go around looking for people to validate the conviction that you have about what you want to achieve. Most often it will not work. They will only work to the level of your ability to believe in those goals. So, and the next one is about friends. Let me tell you that most of the times, that is why when I was talking about the person and the goal, one of the aspects that also covers the person is the kind of association that you have. If you are in the wrong associations, not people who are bad, like they go to all these kind of places. At times, bad friends are not just people who take you out of, like they go to clubs, they do all of those. At times, it's not just like that. People who are in your life who are not contributing to making you achieve your goals, they are bad people. You know, in the Bible, you can see the story between Eli and Mary, that when Eli came to Mary, her baby leaped. Those are the kind of people that you should have around you. It means that something will always be leaping as far as your vision is concerned. Like when you have a simple conversation, like they just provoke you to do more, they just provoke you to be better. No matter the kind of goals you set, if you are in a company of wrong people, people who don't provoke you to be better, you will never go anywhere. Your friends play a very significant role as far as your goals are concerned, and you can never minimize that. Your friends play a very crucial role. They make you either to believe in those things or they make you to lose hope. So you must don't just allow your friends to choose you. You must choose your friends.
Of course, you should choose
your friends. Don't just allow people to come to you and say, you are my bestie, you are my this, and that. No.
Yeah, just carry the weight.
No, you should pick your friends and know that your destiny will only look like your friends.
Clock it.
Your destiny will always look like your friends. That is why the Bible says that he that walks with the wise shall be wise. You don't even have to be wise. Once you find yourself in the company of wise people, you will be wise. And if you find yourself in the company of people who are not productive, who don't want to accomplish anything, you will not accomplish anything. So if you want to accomplish great things, you must be in the company of people who accomplish great things.
Must be in the company of people who accomplish great things. Can you tell us about consistency?
Yes.
Because it's important for one to set goals and be consistent in the goals. Because that's why a lot of people set goals in January, and by the 20th of January, you are nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So how can you be consistent, making sure that each step of the goal is materialized?
Okay, very important. I think when it comes to consistency, I first start with clarity. Clarity. It starts with clarity, consistency, and intensity. If you are not clear about what you want to do, you can't be consistent. Clarity is very important because you can also be consistently doing something you are not supposed to be doing.
That's right.
Yes. So clarity is very important. You must be clear that this is what I want to do. This is what I want to commit myself to doing. Then it goes now to consistency. And consistency is a product of systems. That, like I was saying, you can have disciplinary systems around you. Like let me give a good example that I usually give to most of my students. Most of the times when we during result like GCE, people shout, they celebrate result, they say take me out. But when you fail to achieve goals, do you discipline yourself as well? Yes, you must also discipline yourself. If you can appreciate yourself for doing good, you should also discipline yourself for doing poorly. So you can also have disciplinary systems around you, that if I say I want to read this book and I don't read, it means no breakfast for me. It means no social media for me for the next 2 days.
You know I'm laughing. Do you know I'm laughing, sir?
Yes.
It's a good one.
Yes.
This one, those who are serious, let's continue. Those who are serious to take it. Some people say, how can I take away my breakfast?
Yes.
Right.
So if you can appreciate yourself, you should discipline yourself.
That's right.
Yes. You can't just be saying, please take me out, I made it in the GCE this year, I accomplished this. No. If you also perform poorly, you should discipline yourself. You can say that if I get up any day and I don't pray and I don't do my devotion, no breakfast. I'm not on social media that day. This is my discipline. And believe me, within no time you are going to, because these things are also psychological. It has a lot to do with the way you wire your mindset.
That's true. Because
your brain is trained. If you just give your brain the impression that you can give commitment to something and you don't do it without any consequence,
it keeps happening.
And very soon you see that no matter what you plan, you will not do it, because you have trained your brain to function like that. So your brain can be trained to be consistent. Your brain can be trained to be serious. So you can also train your brain like that. I've deprived myself. You will begin to send signals to your brain that last time I did not do this, and this is what happened. This is what happened. You are training yourself. You are training yourself. With that, before you know it, you are consistent. So, and the last one is also intensity. At times, people are consistent, but they are not giving intensity to what they are doing. So, for example, if I say I want to read for 30 minutes, I can be consistently reading for 30 minutes, but I'm not giving myself to that 30 minutes.
I want to say that it's possible for you to just be looking at your book like
yes. To fulfill all righteousness.
You sit there for 30
minutes and you're not looking at the time.
Once it's 30 minutes,
so 30 minutes has finished. So consistency is not enough. You must also incorporate intensity. You must give yourself to that thing that you are doing. That is what I'm saying. If you say you want to pray, don't just be praying and looking at your time. You pray and look at your time. Praying and looking.
The clock let it
go. And funny enough, when it comes to prayer, the clock does not go.
No, the clock does not.
It's just matching on one spot. So you can't just be praying and looking at your time. Praying. You are not conscious of the prayer. You must give intensity to what you are doing. So the place of intensity is very, very important, not just consistency.
Okay, what's the most common reason why people abandon their goals? Because as we speak now, we are just we are not up to 10 days in January, and I can tell you that I've had some people who have already abandoned their goals. So
yes,
their wish, because that one is wish. It's a wish, because you cannot set a proper goal, put in place strategies, and you have visions and you want to make things in life. Then 10 days to January, it's off. So what are some of the reasons why people leave those goals and abandon them?
Okay, most of the times the goals are not clear. Second, which I think is very important, find yourself in the right community. Community is very important. Communities are very important,
especially those who don't belong anywhere.
Yes, communities are very important. Even if you don't know where you're going to in life, if you just identify and find yourself in the right community, believe me, within a very short time, your life is going to change. So you may not know a lot, you may not have a lot of clarity, but just identify somebody who is doing something serious and just say, I want to follow this person, and just be around that person without you knowing. Very soon your life is changing. Your life is going to change. Just like I've been quoting biblical examples, just like Abraham and Lot. God called Abraham. Lot was not called. Lot did not receive any calling from God. He didn't hear anything. He just followed the person who was called, and that is how his life changed. And they even reached to the level where you could not distinguish between the riches of Lot and the riches of Abraham, because they had the same. There are many things you can learn, that you may not know a lot, but you can identify somebody who is doing something that you admire. Just be around that person. When you are around that person, ask questions. And most of the time, people don't know how to ask questions. Like they don't know how to ask questions that are really can provoke somebody to say some kind of things.
Some deep things.
Deep things. Ask about their attitude. Ask about their habits. What is the habit that they have cultivated that has brought them to where they are? Because with young people today, at times when they come across somebody whom they believe that is doing something great, the best they can do is take pictures and post online, take selfie,
you take number and check
take
up
number.
on the person.
Yes,
that's all.
That's all. But there is a lot because anybody who is succeeding because of something they know.
That's right.
And that thing that they know has translated into a habit that they have cultivated, and that is why they are succeeding. And so when you are around a person, you are trying to ask questions to learn how they think, learn the things that they do that you are not doing, because obviously they are doing something you are not doing. They know something you don't know. So that is what I can advise to our young ones.
Yeah,
and I believe that
people
is going to help them. Just identify somebody that is doing something you believe that is impactful. That person is like a role model. Just walk around the person. Say, I just want to learn.
I just want to
be around you. And believe me, within no time, you are going to learn a lot.
And bring yourself to humble, because some of these young people,
exactly.
If you sit around them, you claim as if you know everything. I think one of the things that can help anybody, whether young or old, to learn is the aspect where you pretend as if you don't know anything.
Yeah.
Even if you know a lot, just make as if you don't know. That's the best way to
because you are saying something very powerful, which I believe it's been a very big challenge, especially with our youth, because you can actually sit around a billionaire or somebody who is very successful. The person may be sharing something you know.
That's true.
Yes, but the fact that he's a billionaire and you are not, it means you should stay quiet.
Sometimes you don't even know he's a billionaire.
Yes.
It has happened with, I think one time it happened with my junior sister, where she got into a place, she met the CEO of a particular if you hear the company is very big. She was sitting and talking to the CEO she did not know.
Yeah.
And she kept on talking, they were discussing, she just felt like asking questions, going deep. The man really looked good. When the man left, somebody tapped her and told her that that's the CEO. She almost fainted.
Yes.
She was like, those people are the highest people that are humble.
Yeah.
You will not see them talk.
Exactly.
You will not see them do a lot of things. Sometimes you can't, they're even picking papers in their company and keeping the place clean.
Yeah.
But if you don't bring yourself that low, you will not learn.
Exactly. So the person may be sharing something you are familiar with. It doesn't mean that you know everything. The more you are learning, the more, and you are asking questions, and when the person sees humility, the person will continue to share.
He will tell you secrets.
Yes, he can tell you secrets.
Yeah.
And the truth is that when you talk, you may not learn, but when you ask questions, you will learn. Because when you are trying to make it look like you are the same, or it means at the end of the day, you will go back the same thing you know, and your situation may never change. So at that particular point, the best you can do is to ask intelligent questions. Ask questions. Even if the person gives you money, they are not giving you the real thing. The best they can give you is what has made them them.
Go close to those who you are looking up to and you are holding them so tight.
Yeah.
Don't allow, I said at the beginning of this year, during our Speak to the Counsellor, our first show was on the 1st of January. Though we did not have a guest, I told each and every one of us that all those people we look up to, it is very, very important. If you look up to somebody, he has added his voice again to it. Go close to them. It's going to help you stick to your goals. Sometimes, if the person is interested in you, like he really wants you to achieve those goals, he will put an eye on it.
Yeah.
I've seen people like that. He'll ask you, you told me you want to do this thing. What happened with this thing you were planning to do?
Exactly.
All right, my people, our lines are open and you can call us on 670 7430 34. Sorry, send us a text message, not call. I'm sorry. Send us a text message on 670 7430 34. I'll take it all over. 670 7430 34. Ask a question and our guest is here to answer. Let's go on a short break, and when we get back, we continue with the program.
Hey, Royal TV viewers, your voice matters, and now we want to hear it louder than ever. We've created a special WhatsApp feedback group just for you. Got opinions about our shows? Suggestions to make Royal TV better? Compliments, complaints, or hot takes? This is your direct line to us. Joining is easy. Simply scan the QR code on your screen right now and you're instantly connected to the Royal TV community. Be part of the conversation. Influence our programs. Help shape the future of your favorite TV station. Don't just watch. Interact, engage, be heard. Scan the code and join the Royal TV WhatsApp group now. When we dream alone, it is only a dream. But when many dream together, it is the beginning of a new reality.
Every day in life brings new challenges. At Royal TV, we are determined to accompany you in our entertainment, news, sports, debates, documentaries, and many more. Join our cream of journalists, presenters, reporters as we are ready to serve you.
Now continue for prayer. Baba God will answer our prayer.
The most important duties of an imam is to invite people to that which is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to speak to the counselor on Royal TV.
Keep watching Royal TV.
Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution.
So welcome back, my people. This is Speak to the Counselor, and it's just on your favorite channel, Royal TV, and we are still on the same topic. We are still digesting the topic. After now, those of you who have not had goals, you go and start writing them now like this year. I'm with you people, one foot, one spirit, who must achieve those goals. All right, I'm still on you, or we are still on the same topic, and we are still asking the questions. Is it possible for somebody to have setbacks in the process of achieving the goals and zoom out of it?
Sure, it is very possible. That is why when you set goals correctly, you take into account all of these things, because I think that is where at times clarity of goals and so on also comes in. Because when you set goals, let me say for example, I want to read 10 books this year.
It looks like you're a very good reader.
Yes. So
all right,
when you say like that, the next question you should also ask is, what are some of the obstacles that can make me not to achieve this particular goal? What are the challenges what is the skill, the attitude, some of the behaviors that can prevent me from achieving that goal? Then you should also start by building those skills. You are not just working towards a goal, you are also working towards those skills. Let me say for example, if you have a problem with time management, it's going to affect your goals. If you have a problem with discipline, it's going to affect your goals. So you can also study, not just by trying to you are just saying I'm going to read books, but you are studying how to be disciplined. You are studying how to be a good time manager. You are studying how to build consistency. All of those things that you are studying is how to achieve a more bigger goal. So you are not just focusing on I want to read 10 books, you are also focusing on building consistency, building discipline, and so on. So you need to also identify some of the things or the challenges, the obstacles. Some are in your control and some are not, you can't control them.
So can I give up in the process? Like, I know it's almost the same with the question I just asked.
Yes.
But can I go through something?
Yes.
That hits me in the process of, let's say I have a goal or a plan to organize a talk show like this, and in the process of organizing the talk show, let's say my technical department, they were supposed to put in place cameras, then that day they did not show up. Then people kept on insulting me, they were dragging me online. Is it possible for you to just listen and just like, I'm not doing again?
Okay.
You just kill not just the goal, you kill the entire vision.
Everything.
Yeah.
That is where the place of mindset
comes in.
Yes, resilience and everything comes in. That is where you now see leaders and people who are just normal people who want validation for everyone. Leadership is your ability to, even in the face of circumstances, challenges, to always see opportunities. You are not just seeing problems, you are seeing opportunities. So you are always asking yourself, how can I do it? Not I will not do it. So leaders don't see impossibilities, they are always seeing opportunities, even in difficult situations. That is where leadership comes in, because in everything that will in every goal, in all your life, you are going to be faced with challenges. Challenges will come. It is your perception, your definition, everything that you give to those challenges that at the end of the day will determine whether you achieve the goals or not. In your life, you will face challenges. Whether you are a student, whether you are a business person, all is that you are going to face challenges. And most of the times,
even a small child when has a flu face challenges in breathing. That's a challenge.
It's a challenge. Most of the times, we are often good at, like, maybe let me say those who are into business. You can easily just look at and say, it's like this business is doing better. And when you go and start it, you discover that it's not that better as you thought. Like we usually say that.
True.
Yes. When you go into it, you discover that if you are not a resilient person, you keep jumping from one business to the next. You keep jumping from one thing to the next, because you are always looking for things that are better, not the things that you are going to face challenges and overcome. But real people, real leaders are people who have resilience. People who can see challenges and they see opportunities in every challenge. COVID-19 came. Other people were seeing problems, others were seeing opportunities.
Opportunities, that's true.
Other people were just like, hey, everything has gone, everything is finished. But some people were seeing opportunities. How can I maximize this? How can I make the most of this? And some people became millionaires just from COVID, while some went bankrupt because of COVID. The difference is your perception, is your mindset.
It said when you have lemon, use the lemon and make lemonade juice. You can sell it, or you can keep it, or you can either share it with your friends or family member. Don't sit in that particular problem. You've set goals. Yes, it's okay that you've set goals. You're working towards the goal. Yes, it's okay you've said you're working towards it. But if you have problems, don't be comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Get up and do what you can do. All right. Imagine if we have someone who is in that particular situation, in that particular scenario, and you just came out of it, or you are just out of it, and you're struggling to pick up and moving onward with your goals and your vision. What are some of the things you can give those person or advices to push the person through?
Okay.
Or practical steps.
Practical steps. Even those who are in the situation. Another thing is study the lives of every great person you admire. Study their lives.
It will boost you.
It will boost you, because at times life make us feel like we are the only ones who have been in that particular situation. But the truth is that if you study the life of 10 successful people, it's going to change your life. That is why most of the things that I engage personally to study are biographies. I just take biographies of people. I study. There is nobody, I can tell you, who is successful most of the times on a global scale, who just came up from nowhere.
There must be a story.
There must be a story. There must be a story. Some of them, they didn't have parents, and some will use it as an excuse. In fact, I have a story that I've written in one of my books about in fact, those guys were twins, and they came from the same parents. And the parents is that the father was a drunkard, was like the life of the father was a total mess. And for one of the twins, he decided to use the life of that father to motivate him. Like, if my father is like this, I don't want to ever be like my father.
You don't want to be like him.
Yes. Then the other one said, my God, what am I doing, sir? If my father, I ask for this, he doesn't give. I ask for this one, he doesn't give.
Let me just jump me.
And one, after 20 years, the other one was very successful. And they asked him that, why are you so determined and successful like this? He said, because of my father. They asked the other person, why is it that you didn't make it in life? He said, it's because of my father. So the difference is perception.
That's right.
Perception. And your perception is based on what the knowledge you have access to or you don't have access to. So study the lives of successful people. You are going to understand that some of the people we celebrate today, they didn't start the way you think. At times you are just like, it's like everything around you is just you are the first one. You are the first person to have gone through this kind of situation. There are people who have gone through all kinds of situations, all kinds. But today they are being celebrated, and it looks like the scars, everything has gone. But if you go through their story, read their biographies, my God, it will inspire you so much. You just know that you have no excuse. You have no excuse. You have no excuse. No excuse whatsoever.
There's no excuse for someone not to be great.
Yes.
Because my mom always says something. Sometimes I used to see, I had an experience in church. There's a particular lady who always comes in church. She always comes to church, and she's always frowning. Like each time something happens to her, she simply gathers the aggression and brings to church. Sometimes she gets angry with everybody. If she's the one to handle one activity or the other, maybe for prayers, she does not want to do it. And my mom always used to use her as an example. I used to tell her that if you go to a hospital and you are sick, when you get to that hospital, you look at another man's problem. You get up from that bed you are sitting and tell God, thank you for my life, because I'm strong. If you go even to the dialysis center, you see people struggling for their life. It's the same thing. You should apply for life.
Exactly.
You have shoes, you have dresses, you have something to eat. There are people who go days they don't have food.
Exactly.
They don't have anything, but they still struggle, they still strive on, and those are the ones that are always great.
And most often, no matter what you feel you don't have, what will take you from that situation is inside of you. What will remove you from that situation is always inside. That is why even in the Bible, you discover that there was this slave woman who was in debt. She has gone through a lot. She was like, everything has finished. I don't have a husband. My like this. But the prophet came and said, what do you have in your house? That house,
small plan, to eat and die.
It's inside. It's inside. It's inside. You have something that can take you out of that situation. It may just be mindset shift. It may just be your ability. There are many things we may not control, but there are things we can control. You can control the way you think. You can control the way you feel. You may not control the government. You may not control policies, but you can control your life. That is why there is something that always inspires me. When I'm like beside the sea, you know, you see these people use canoes. Most of the time, they don't control the waves. They just control the canoe. And at the end of the day, they go to their real destination. It means that you just need to control yourself, and many things around your life will begin to change and will move you to the right direction.
Control yourself and put yourself in place. That's our word that we have. So will you say technology can be of great help in setting goals or working towards the goal?
Yes, it can be both. Technology is amoral. It's neither good nor bad. It depends on how you use it. Some people have never achieved their goals today because of their wrong approach to using technology, because they are so addicted to the technology. They live from one social media status to Facebook, TikTok, and the rest, and they don't know that all of those things are designed to make people addictive to it. They are designed to make people addictive. It means the person who has designed Facebook, TikTok, they didn't do it by chance. They actually studied your psychology. They know what you want. They have studied your hormones. They know dopamine, everything. And they know that is why you can stay on it for hours without noticing, because they are addictive. So it can also prevent you from achieving goals, as well as there are apps that can also be very good, and they are productive apps that can help you to stay consistent. You can set your goals, you can track your finances,
maybe remind you,
they can remind us, they can do a lot of things. And so I would say that technology is just neutral. It depends on who is using the technology. You can use it to your own benefit, and you can use it to destroy your life.
So how can I set smart, we have some few questions I would like to ask before this program goes to an end, because it's almost time. So how can I set smart goals for this year, especially to those who had not sat down to set goals, and how can I set smart goals?
If I want to set goals, I would say that anybody take out your paper. The first thing you write is the first section, you write goal. And because there are different aspects to goal, you can be education, relationships, spiritual, and all the rest. Financial and the rest.
Very important.
So you write finance, for example. When you write finance, on the next column, because you may have many financial goals, on the next column is what do you want to achieve around your finances this year. You write, maybe I want to raise 1 million this year. The next column you write, what is the challenge you are facing around your finances. It can be maybe you spend without budgeting. You write it down. Write all those bad attitudes, all those poor habits that has kept you financially, that has kept you in poverty. You write all of it. You write it down. Then the next one is, how do you overcome those challenges?
That's true.
How will you overcome those challenges that you have written? If you are somebody that you are passing in the market, you just hear shoe. If you don't buy it today, you will never see it again. Or
you want to buy
it there. It means you have a problem.
People like that, I'm telling you.
It means you have a problem. So just setting goal and saying I want to raise 1 million will not work. So it means that you need to solve that particular problem. It may be that you need to plan. It may be that you need to allocate your money. It may be that maybe when you collect if you are a salary person, you need to send that money maybe to somebody for the person to keep it for you.
Somebody that you know that.
Yes. So you will not start thinking about the solution, how to do that particular thing. You are thinking, because strategic planning always starts with strategic thinking. If you can't sit down to think, you can't plan correctly. Then now you go to the strategies. How can you raise that particular money? How can you do that? Then you go to the time frame. Every goal must have time frame. If not, at the end of the day, you may just do it any day, anyhow, and anytime. Then most of the times, I always say that people should have one goal per sector. First, write down one. Then when you must have mastered that one goal, you cannot begin to expand, because most of the time somebody will just go like to spiritual goal. They will write like 5 different goals. 5. It may not be, when you write like that, most of the time you may not stay consistent to it.
That's true. You will not even be.
You will not be consistent. Personal development. I will ask people that, what is that one thing that you believe, as far as your personal development is concerned, that you believe if you achieve, it will, in fact, it will affect most of the areas of your life. It can be communication skill, that you believe that if you master it, many other aspects of around your life is going to change. What is it around your finances that you believe if you master it? It may be that you spend anyhow. It may be that you are not saving. It may be that you are not investing. Or you take your money and you put in places where you are not supposed to invest. It means that you need to learn about that particular thing.
That's right.
Because it's not just an action problem, it's a knowledge problem. So now you begin to read now you begin to read books along that area. And that is where most of the time people also miss it, because they will just say, I want to read books. The problem is that book is addressing what problem? Because
what problem?
Yes, the knowledge should be addressing a particular situation. Even spiritually, when you say you want to be praying every day, my question is that we want to be studying the Bible every day. I always tell people that identify one particular spiritual problem that you have. It may be that you don't understand much about faith and it's affecting your spiritual life. You don't know more about, maybe you are not hearing the voice of God very well. Then I will tell you that, then you look for Bible verses. You take 1 month and say, I want to study about this topic. That is how to study strategically. You are not just, because now online there are messages everywhere. You can just go and be clicking messages and you think that you are growing.
At the end of the day,
you think you are growing. You are not growing. Growth is organized. You don't grow haphazardly. That is why when you go to the university, you don't enter level 1 today, you go to level 2 the next day. You will not grow. You must be strategic in your pursuit of knowledge. If not, knowledge will instead cause more, will make you more confused. So you must organize your life. If it's spiritual life and you feel like I don't know much about prayer, you say, I'm taking January to study about prayer. You are taking time. You are listening to messages about prayer. You are getting Bible verses about prayer. You are reading about prayers. Everything you are doing is all about prayer.
It's centered around prayer.
Yes, and at the end of the day, you discover that you have mastery around the topic. You are not just getting knowledge haphazardly. Personal development. You ask yourself, what is that one thing, one skill, one thing that if I develop, even just one, my life is going to change this year. Then you begin to build system around it. You are building, you are looking for knowledge around it. You are pursuing knowledge around it. You are developing, you are practicing it. You are evaluating yourself around it. Then believe me, within a very short time, your life will change.
Take note, within a very short time, trust me, your life is going to change.
Yeah.
After now, I'm begging us, set goals. It's important. If you don't set goals, you'll just be like the person they call and say, car no get tail.
Yeah.
Now God the driver and fly. You just be
everywhere.
roaming. Like at any time, you know have what to do.
Yeah.
Nothing will be driving you. I think goals can be a push for vision.
Yeah.
Like if you have, definitely goals and vision work together.
Yeah.
It's a serious push.
Yeah, because when it comes to vision is a mental picture. Vision is something that you have in your mind. So
and you want it
to actualize. Then you actualize by documenting now practically, strategically, by writing the goals, how to achieve that vision. It's just like we usually see on different organizations, they will say, this is my mission, this is my vision.
My vision.
Yeah, even though at times some people just write for writing's sake. But when you say this is my vision, that vision is achieved through the mission. And that mission can be achieved by you breaking them down now into goals. So those goals now will be taking you now to that vision. Yeah. So vision and goals, they go together. So if you say my vision is one day to become the president of this country, or to become a mayor, or to become a governor, now I will not see the goals that you are writing, that you will be showing me about the books you are reading, the personal development you are taking, that is taking you now towards that vision.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, our lines are still open. Please send us your contribution or your questions to the numbers on your screen. We're going to go on a short break, and after which we're going to do something really, really interesting. Trust me, it's a favorite part of this program, and that's our ballot box. Let's go on a short break, and when we get back, we continue.
Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution.
So welcome back, my people. This is Speak to the Counselor, just on your favorite channel, Royal TV, and we are still on the topic on your screen. Feel free to send us your contribution or what you think about that topic. And yet we still have our guests here in the studio. We are talking, we've said a lot about the topic vision casting, setting goals that stick for a productive year, and I believe after now our year is going to be productive. So what's that one message you have for young people? Not just young people, even old people, because there are old people who they don't have goals in life. In fact, since your mother gave birth to you, you've never set any goal, you've never had any plan. Let's start from plan, because plan is different from goals. Yeah. You've never had plans. Talk more of wish, talk more of goals. So what's that one message you have for them? After now, you are Mr. Purpose, and I know that you're purpose driven. Everything you're talking about is people accomplishing purpose and all. So you tell those one message to our audience that are listening to you. What's that one thing you want them to carry home after this show?
Okay. It is very simple. Just like I said, you don't have forever to live on earth.
That's right.
You don't have forever, and the best way you can maximize your time is to plan. Because if you don't plan, other people will plan it for you. So sit down, just like the Bible says, whoever wants to build a tower must sit down. The starting point to building your great destiny, for building that vision, that thing that you have always wanted to do, is to sit down. Sit down, take a piece of paper, write down, like we have already explained, everything that you intend to do this year. Don't end this year again in excitement when you
Happy
not
New Year,
Happy New Year. The year will not be happy if you don't sit down and plan. The year will not be a happy one if you don't sit down and plan. The only way to be excited is when you must have sat down, develop a serious blueprint for your life this year, and believe me, it's going to change your life. Then you look for the right people, the right company, look for mentors who will hold your hand and make the year productive. It's only in this side of the world that people just waste time, they waste resources without feeling any guilt. Like nothing is wrong. Like you see somebody around 30, I was reviewing somebody's goal the other day, and the person is more than 30 years. The person was like, my God, so I'm 30 years and I can't set goals. I said there are people who are older than you who can't even set. They have never thought of it, and they are just moving through life. They are just, no, you can't just be going through life like that. You waste your time, you waste your life, and you only regret when you are old, and you may not have this energy again. Maximize your youthfulness, maximize your time, and the best way to do that is to plan.
The best way to do that is to plan. My people, we're about getting to the end of our program, and trust me, this is not just any year for me. I'm telling you this, everybody listening to me, it's not just any year for me, it's my own year. If you're not taking your own year serious, I'm telling you that I'm taking mine serious, and I've set my own goals for this year. And what I used to do every year is I set goals, I give to my other sister, I give to my spiritual father, and I give to my accountability partner. I have 2 of them.
Wow.
And those accountability partner, they are real accountability partner. Sometimes one of them is older than me. Sometimes he will shout at me, like when he feels like I'm not really on that track, he has to add voice and add more energy, to bring me to the consciousness that there's a need for you to follow these things. And I think one thing we should tell our audience today is, at the end of every month, sit back and evaluate.
Yes, the place of evaluation is very important.
It's very important.
You know, Socrates says that an unexamined life is a life not worth living.
That's true.
So if you don't examine your life, that is why some people just go through life, they are not thinking because they are not evaluating. When you sit down to evaluate, you begin to adjust a lot of things. If you are somebody that you have like maybe it may just be an attitude that you just talk to people anyhow and everybody is complaining, at times you need to just sit down and evaluate. Don't just be saying that I'm not wrong. Yes, sit down, evaluate. Yes, and we have known, like for my Christian people, we have known about retreats where we just go and pray. Do retreats to evaluate.
That's right.
Retreat yourself to go and evaluate. You don't just retreat to go and pray, to go and study Bible. No, it's good, but there are times you retreat to just go and evaluate your life. Think about your life. Just sit down like this and think. Most of the time, people don't think about themselves. They don't think. That is why the world is noisy.
Everyone go so.
Yes, we're gonna go so. We are just going and going. And that is why even organizations, companies, there are times they just shut down. Like December, they shut down. Just resume. Why is it that you can't shut down to also refresh yourself, think about your life, and become better? Because the more you retreat, you come back with new energy, new strategies, and new everything. So evaluate. It may be periodically, it may be monthly, maybe after 3 months, but have a period of constant evaluation. Constant evaluation.
All right, my people, we've gotten to the part of ballot box. Let's not get overexcited with the topic, because trust me, we can talk about this topic and talk about it and talk about it. But I'm sure we'll do part 2 of this particular setting goals, because to me it's personal. Especially when people set goals and you don't work towards it, I just feel like you need extra discipline. But let's not get to it. And we have a ballot box. As I said, it can be personal. So you just pick one from this. Yes, you just pick one. It's exciting.
Let me pray.
You just pick one, you read it out for us aloud, and you answer the question.
Wow.
Alright.
What is that one thing you've always wanted to achieve? My God.
That's a good question. I think it's in line with purpose.
My God, very good question.
And this is Mr. Purpose.
Yes. So you can already guess. One thing I've always loved that disturbs me every day. That because a dream is not just what you see when you are sleeping. A dream is what keeps you not to sleep. And that particular thing for me,
that's right,
is seeing people living a purposeful life. My purpose is to help people find purpose.
His purpose is to help people find purpose. Take note. This is Mr. Purpose.
Yes. So my desire every day is to make people great leaders, make people influential in whatever they have been called to be. Because I believe that everybody has an assignment. I believe that everybody was created for something big. And living a life outside purpose is living a life outside design. And you can never find fulfillment, you can never find joy, you can never find the best of yourself. The best of yourself is found in your purpose. The best you can ever achieve is within the lines of your purpose. And that is one thing that drives my life every day. I do a lot of things, but everything I do is driven around helping people live purposeful life, helping people live the best life that God designed them to live, and helping them make sure that at the end of their day and at the end of their life, they will find fulfillment, that my life was worth it.
You know, a lot of people don't know your name, Mr. Dixon. They know Mr. Purpose.
Yes.
I told somebody that we'll be having Mr. Purpose on set. He was like, wow, Mr. I first of all said Mr. Dixon. I was like, who is Mr. Dixon? We don't know. I just understood that. People know Mr. Purpose. When I said Mr. Purpose, he said, oh, I love that man and I follow him on social media. So please, can you tell us some of your social media handles that people can get to you? Some of the books you've written. I know I read it at the beginning, but maybe you could state a few so that after now they can follow you.
Okay. My name is Dixon D on all my social media platforms, and I've written several books, How to Kill the Spirit of Procrastination.
I like that book.
Yes. And I wish I'd listened, Youth with a Purpose, and one of my best books that everybody has, most of the people I've read, they have given me wonderful feedback, is Don't Waste Your Life. I hate seeing people wasting their life. I hate it. I always love seeing people living their best life, seeing them in doing what they were designed to do is my greatest joy and my greatest desire. That is what I live for, and that is what I was created for.
That's what he lives for, and that's what he was created for. Right, Mr. Purpose, on behalf of Royal TV and on behalf of Speak to the Counsellor team, we decided to give you a gift for this year, being our first guest for the year 2026. So we are appreciating you. We're saying thank you for coming for this set and drilling each and every one of us on the topic purpose, on the topic goal setting. And after now, people are going to set their goals. So we want to say this is a whole package. We want to say Happy New Year to you, and we also want to say we love you, and we are hoping to see you as many times as possible on set.
My God, this is the best way to start the year.
Yeah, that's right.
This is just so amazing, and I appreciate this program, and I believe that every serious person should be following this program. Everyone. And don't just follow alone. Make sure that you share the link, share everything. Make sure that everyone around you is following, because this program is a blessing, and I appreciate everyone who has put these wonderful things together for me. I'm so excited and I'm very happy, and I love all of you as well.
Thank you so much. We are happy that we're putting up a smile on the face of Mr. Purpose. As I said, this is done by the whole team of Royal TV and also the team making together Speak to the Counsellor. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we've come to the end of our program, and we are not taking leave of you completely, because Royal TV is still there to entertain, educate, and also inform you on a lot of things happening around you. Right now we are going to go, we are going to say bye-bye. We are not saying bye-bye completely. We want to say stay tuned and stay glued to Royal TV. This is Speak to the Counsellor on Royal TV with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko.
The man that is addressing Mambili people is speaking the Basa, General Manager of Enio, the use generator. How can the General Manager of Sonora be using the Funge? Hello, bro. Yes, bro. How for all man just day. It's your #1 street king, Big G Baba. Keep watching Royal TV, the best of the best.
Hello, my proud nation. This is your favorite girl, Mbeng Lillian, popularly known as Taro Abonglesong. Please keep watching Royal TV. And of course, follow my programs, because all my comedies will be aired on the TV